We had a nice little intermission in the pandemic, but things are getting just as dark as we've been expecting over the past few weeks. There were 101,171 new COVID-19 cases reported to the CDC just a couple of days ago. The last time the US saw over 100,000 cases reported in a single day was nearly 6 months ago on February 6th. We had gotten through the dark winter, cases were falling relatively precipitously, and we thought at the time, maybe vainly, that, hey, we will never again reach these heights, but unfortunately we have. And some of the states that have been leading this are doing just as poorly as one might expect. Florida has broken its old COVID-19 hospitalization record, reporting over 10,200 people hospitalized with the virus on Sunday. The previous record was July 23rd, 2020. When we had no vaccines, we had barely nothing. Maybe we were starting to stock toilet paper at that point, but we have now passed, despite having over 50% of the population there vaccinated. That's how poorly we're doing. The state has its highest ever per capita COVID hospitalizations. It hit its all-time high for new cases with more than 21,000 recorded. And by the way, so let's go to this chart because I want to make sure that people understood this. I don't mean they're high since the dark winter. I don't mean they're high of 2021. It's the most cases they've ever had, even back when we barely had tests and had no vaccines. But despite this, Anna, I still don't know that people are gonna get how bad this is. That's right. Really, really bad.
It's really bad. And the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, basically has just made wearing masks in public schools, voluntary. It's not a mandate. So he literally intervened in order to ensure that the public school systems in Florida don't force students and educators and administrators to wear masks. Great. Yeah. So it's just more of the same failed decisions extending into a pretty dark era for the coronavirus. And understand that for people who are vaccinated, yes, it is true that you can still spread the vaccine. Spread the virus among one another, even between two vaccinated people. But the point of the vaccine is to prevent people from getting hospitalized and from dying from the virus. So that's the point. But the reason why you're seeing the mask being mandated in various parts of the country right now is to essentially prevent the spread of the Delta variant to unvaccinated people who have a much higher likelihood of getting hospitalized and dying from coronavirus, from the Delta variant. And so it's incredibly frustrating because you're right, there was a period of what felt like relief, when people were finally getting vaccinated, and you thought, I felt like there was a light at the end of the tunnel, but unfortunately, no. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very frustrated about the fact that we have to go back to wearing masks. I understand why we're doing it. It's not about preventing the death of everyone, whether they're vaccinated or not. This is specifically about unvaccinated people who continue to, unfortunately, buy the anti-vaccine propaganda on right-wing media. And I don't know what else to do about it at this point. I mean, all you can really do is make sure you're safe, that your family is safe. And I don't know, John, at this point,
we're gonna speculate. In a little bit, we're gonna compare a few options. It's felt hopeless for a long time.
I know, but at this point, it's beyond hopeless. I mean, what are you gonna do to convince these people? They've been propagandized to believe that this is just a way of the government controlling us. I got news for you. You wake up every morning, you go to a job that you hate just to make sure that you don't end up on the streets or make sure you don't die. I mean, that's already government control. We're already living our lives based on the rules and the regulations of the corporate world, of the government. I mean, the idea of people like making this their red line, like, oh, a vaccine that could save my life. This is my red line. This is government control. Okay, whatever, cool. Well, if you're so worried about government control, there's a likelihood that you're gonna get sick, incredibly sick, possibly hospitalized, and you're possibly gonna die as a result of this nonsense. And it's frustrating. I'm done with it.
Ken had a great tweet where he was like, I'm not gonna let them put that in my body. And then he had screenshots of all the different government efforts allowing more pollution in the air, more pollution in the water, the toxins, all this stuff.
Dude, Mountain Dew is legal. Mountain Dew is legal. Like, come on. People put that kind of stuff in their bodies every day.
I used chicken fries last week. You're using Mountain Dew. I like Mountain Dew. But anyway, yeah, they put that. They're putting cattle dewormer. We talked about that in the pre-show. They're taking cattle dewormer. They literally say, "I'm not gonna be sheep," and they use something used to deworm sheep. I've seen the packet. It's sheep medicine. But anyway, yes. So look, it's really bad. 80 to 90% of those in Florida hospitals are not vaccinated. And by the way, so you might say, well, 80 to 90%, wasn't it like 99% before? And that's true. It's possible we're seeing more breakthrough cases, but let's also bear in mind that that number is going to be influenced by the percentage of the population that is vaccinated. The more people that are vaccinated, if you still have spread, necessarily more of those in hospitals will be vaccinated. But that said, right now they're also noticing, Tampa Bay Times says that the spike in hospital admissions is mainly among younger adults aged 20 to 40, even though I heard like on Fox News that they couldn't get sick. But anyway, over 1/3 of the hospitalized are under the age of 50. And all of this is with close to 60% of the Florida population being fully vaccinated. That is how insanely transmissible this is. I don't know how to make it any more clear. So if you want to be protected, you're not 100% protected. We've said that over and over again, but it is the best bet that you have. You should definitely do it. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.